Assalamu alaikum.
Good morning, dear ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to start our afternoon session after lunch. The main idea is going to be on the dynamic architecture. We're talking about the main tendencies on the architectural part. And we hope that a lot of people who are present right now, they do understand what dynamic architecture, why it is important for our society. But I am an economist actually, but I need to, I try to understand it for myself. And if I give you some ideas on that, on the dynamic architecture in Uzbekistan and Central Asia in general, wrote dimensions we did have specific. That we had a structure on cinch, so this is some clay, and this was something that would actually vibrations during the earthquake, considered to be the very first or initial. I have brought with myself several ideas. Modern dynamic architecture from the internet. Guys, would you be so kind? So the dynamic architecture has got several characteristics. This is one of the first messages directed to the This is not only creating the buildings as a place for living. And the second example, and there are some other examples, when the person some masterpieces, this is as if two angles are joining with each other, and it looks like it's standing. So I think that Mr. David Fisher, our guest, our first speaker, is architectural school. He is an owner, founder of the Dynamic Architecture Company. He is the founder of the Dynamic Architecture Company. Speaker is Philippe Dessau. He's from Brussels University, and he's a president of CaEX. His current job is general manager of Basics. The next speaker is Mr. Vladimir Ivanov, the alumni of University of Lomonosov, the Perestroika group that gives us some Soviet advice. Today he is the head. Is Mr. Ilyos graduated the Finance Institute in 1998. He is chief country executive, and you know that this association is considered are very famous actually in Uzbekistan.
Thank you.
Pleasure to be here with you today. It's my first visit until today, until this moment. So, dynamic architecture, I'm an architect. But years ago, skyscrapers, and I speak about the skyscrapers of New York City, similar to the way that we did towers in the Middle Ages, 1,000 years ago. To develop construction, I did projects around the world, from New York to London, Paris, Moscow. That you saw of a building in motion, the dynamic towers. A short video to show you the dynamic buildings.
Welcome to the future. Welcome to a new perspective. It's called dynamic architecture. Life is movement. It's about keeping up with time. To the sun from rising to setting. Time is our best. Us and the world we live in. So it does with our architecture. Our buildings keep moving, changing their shape forever to better fit life. 78 floors, which can rotate separately, changing. Always different. Allowing a different building to come along in space. Because if your life travels through time, you need a Yes, our buildings are smart powered. Our architecture employs wind turbines to supply energy for several other buildings. Our tower also a power station producing green energy for the city around it. Even in the way it's built. This is in fact the first built production facility, including all finishing, plumbing, electrical, implementation, offers high quality finishing, high quality control, time of construction as well. It offers also substantial cost savings. Green buildings. Building a rotating skyscraper. Our architecture rotates future of life. Become a visionary yourself.
These are the dynamic towers. We can have the PowerPoint. So you see the building change its either direction. Apartment, the entire floor, you just pick. So you design the building at this moment. Easier, faster, and less expensive to build a dynamic tower. Even if it's much more expensive, you know how much money we can make from the floors are exactly the same. In the US, they call it square, whatever, and they're all prefabricated. Nothing could be more simple. No. So these are dynamic towers. No. So these are dynamic towers. And we hope to do the project, one of them. So these are the first building in motion. Static of the arts to the most dynamic of the ideas. For the DNA, she was 102 years old. DNA, she was 102 years old. Ancient buildings of this country to the future of companies to do the project. So we don't offer partners. Engineers are most of them New Yorkers. The big, from Socotec to consulting companies that joined our group. The high quality because it's completely pre-assembled. Or we can faster, cost effect, efficiency, sustainability. Buildings are designed and built with no thinking about the maintenance advantages that dynamic building give to buildings in the future. We are going to start soon in a big project, maybe simultaneously, also in Uzbekistan, an export credit that would support the foundation company. Is very similar to the engineering of this company, this group, for so they are going to produce in Italy the floors and ship them. The transportation, so we floors going up. This is history. We are going out to bring 5 and we fix them to the central core. This is so they are going to do the logistic, lifting, and our local architects, Arcadis. Well, I think we had some more. So here you see the dynamic towers. It's okay, so that's me. So that's me. So as I explained, I started as an architect till I got this crazy idea of buildings in motion. NASA representatives, you name it. I'm sorry, you put another one an hour ago. In any case, tower, but also in industrial facility. Like your car, like an aircraft, completely pre-assembled. Trowel, you know the trowel? It remains the same. Buildings from now on will be done in a factory. We thought about the factory also in Uzbekistan. You are not next to the water. In addition, you have a massive development program to host 650,000 people, and maybe in the future to build an Italian industrial park that will produce, so to support the construction of the new reply. But we have a very short video to finish. There was a short video of 50 seconds.
Anyway, what do you think your main... David, what would you think that your... Okay.
Can you repeat the question?
When everybody will make a... One question comes out immediately to you, David. The next generation or to the current population. Because we're living in Florence. Giving so many to hear your message. What?
Well, thank you for the question. Everybody has a mission, should have a mission. It's not to make beautiful, a better home to everybody. Architecture is not a question of shape. Somebody can say they're beautiful because they're logic. This is the main message. This project gives to the young guys to think. Everything is in our head. tell me, oh, if you maybe we can do also what we had in mind. All of you could do whatever. Should consider it. Everything is possible.
Very impressive.
Thank you.
Speaker is Monsieur Philippe of then Dynamics Architecture. If you hear us, Monsieur.
Everyone, we have B6. I don't know if you can. Okay, so thank you. So that's a short video about, let's say, the history of B6. So as you can see, B6 is a company which is more than 100 years old. I mean, it's has a lot of history, of course, in Belgium, but also outside of Belgium. And why? Because in Belgium being a small country, I mean, quickly we had to export ourselves and went to different countries around the world. Our major iconic projects are in the Gulf. I mean, we have built, for example, in Dubai, we were the main contractor together with Samsung for what is still today the tallest building in the world, Burj Khalifa. We have done quite a lot of high-rise building also in the Emirates, but also in some other countries like in Qatar. And we are doing today, let's say, what will be the second tallest building in France, in Paris. So we would be, of course, interested to work in Uzbekistan. I mean, we know the dynamic of the country, we know the young population, we know the ambition of the the president and the government to make the country one of the innovative country in the world. We never worked there. I mean, myself, I came just for vacation 5-6 years ago to visit the country. It's a beautiful country, which has a lot of potential, of course, for tourism. In the area, we worked in Azerbaijan. I mean, we built a palace there and a high-rise building for the oil company. And of course, I mean, let's say we can be also not doing only building. I mean, we have history of power station, water treatment plant, airport, real estate in Belgium as well, and in some other countries. So we are quite, let's say, dynamic companies. We have various type of activity, and yeah, I mean, we would be, of course, interested to have different discussion with the potential of Uzbekistan.
Thank you. Monsieur Dessous? Hello? It started working.
Presentation also with some project we did. I don't know if you can launch it on the screen.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's Burj Khalifa, of course, which is, I mean, I guess many people of you knows about Dubai, and so it's the tallest building in the world until today. It was completed in 2010. So it's a mixed-use development, hotel, office, and accommodation. This project, I would say, put Dubai on the world map, and I think it's still today, let's say, the landmark of B6, but of course, the Dubai state. Next one. Yeah, so another theme park here we build in Abu Dhabi, this one. So it's a Ferrari theme park. So it's close to the airport. I mean, it's the striking red color, of course, is the color of Ferrari. And that was built for the first Formula One Grand Prix, which was held in the Emirates in Abu Dhabi. The next slide. Yeah, that's another landmark in Abu Dhabi. So it's the mosque of Sheikh Zayed, so Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque in Abu Dhabi. It's plenty of marble inside, precious stone. It's a marvel of architecture. I mean, I hope most of you will have the opportunity to visit it. A stadium, so we built 2 stadiums for the last World Cup of football in Qatar. This is one of the 2. It was designed by Zaha Hadid, another famous architect also, which passed away a few years ago. Next one. That's under construction now, so it's high-rise tower again in Qatar, in Lusail. So we are building 2 of these towers. They are above 250 meters high. Next one. That's another Morocco. It's just under completion now, so it will reach 250 meters. It has reached already 250 meters. The designer, the architect was a Spanish architect. It's a mixed-use development again, so hotel, with 5-star hotel, of course, accommodation, and then office. Next one. And that's a small, let's say, summary of the company. So like I mentioned, we are number 1 in Belgium. We are 48 on the last ENR ranking on the top 250 contractors working internationally. We work for the moment in 26 countries, mainly Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And we have even 1 project in Brazil. We have more than half, a bit above 50% of our activities outside of Belgium. And let's say we are privately owned companies, so 50% is the management and 50% is the Egyptian group Orascom. So these are the countries where we are working in light blue. So you can see various countries. So Belgium, of course, is the largest activity we have, but we are also in Australia, where we do 20 to 25% of the turnover of the group. We are, of course, in some countries in Europe, but as well, of course, in the Middle East. We are back in Saudi now, where we are building another stadium, the stadium for the World Cup of 2034. Yep. This is, let's say, the various structure of the group. I mean, we are, like I mentioned, so multidisciplinary. We have also some subsidiaries, of course, doing some different activities than construction. So we do real estate, I mentioned. We have concession and assets, so we do some PPPs in some countries as well. Next one, I think. Yeah. Another topic of the company, I mean, we create a foundation, so B6 Foundation, where we do some project, let's say, to help the local communities. So we dedicate, let's say, some part of the profit of the group every year for some sustainable project, of course, but also social or educational project. The last one, yes. Yeah, so the last one did not show. I mean, it was about safety. So safety is, of course, the paramount. It should be the paramount of every contractor, and it's, of course, something we are not willing to compromise on safety. Maybe another mention, I can mention also that I was the president of the International Confederation of Contractors. And what we try to do there, I mean, you mentioned CICA. So what we try to do with CICA is to promote fair contracting rules everywhere in the world. So sustainability, of course, as well, integrity. And let's say we would be, of course, pleased to contact the Federation of Uzbek Contractors to see if they can join CICA.
Merci, Monsieur Dissot. Since you are online, I would like to ask you one question. What is the biggest challenge, in your opinion, for Central Asia, particularly in Uzbekistan, for you as a constructor?
Yes, I mean, first, I mean, I'm sorry that I could not stay longer. I mean, I was in Tashkent Monday and Tuesday, but I had to fly back yesterday because I had a meeting here in Brussels. So sorry for that. Next time, I hope I will be able to attend the full conference. I mean, the challenge in Central Asia, I mean, we have seen it already in Azerbaijan. So it's, let's say, the quality, I would say, is not yet at the top where it should be. And I think, I mean, quality is important for everyone. I mean, not only for the people. I mean, they like to live in an environment where everything is perfect. I think that's the aim at the end. But also, let's say, if you don't build to quality from the first time, you get so many problems in the future. Quality is one of the most important things, which is still lacking. I mean, I've seen some project under construction. I think there is some room for improvement in quality. Safety, I think also there is a lot of safety measures which are already taken. But once you start to build on high rise, I mean, it's a different type of working, and safety should be really the focus of everyone on this type of project. The other one, I think, I mean, there is a young population, so I guess there will be no problem to find qualified labor in the country, so that would be fine to even to improve, let's say, the level of workmanship in the country.
Merci. I guess there will be other questions from the audience. Maybe can you stay with us for a couple of minutes as well? Thank you. Merci à vous. Наш следующий спикер, господин Иванов Владимир.
Our next speaker, Mr. Ivanov, who worked in the Mr. Ivanov, who is the managing partner from Spectrum Group of companies. So we know that the Russian companies were always active in the region, and they already have shaped a vision in Uzbekistan. Thank you very much, Abdul, for such a detailed sharing about my biography. And actually, we've been the first developer in Russia, and one of the companies when I worked, in which I worked, was a developer from 1988 till 97.
The audience, what language do you understand better? So I can't continue.
Audience loves Uzbek, but
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That
why go
I
on
cannot do this. Assalamu alaikum and.
go on with Russian.
That's okay. So maybe if the audience want and feel comfortable, I will continue my speech in Russian, and the presentation will be in English. Is it okay? Just raise your hands. Okay, maybe it's major. Спасибо большое, Абдулат.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Abdullah, and and thank you very much for that you decided to have this session in the last minute. It was also made some pressure on us because I had a very hectic day today, and I've just noticed that we are going to have a session only today, and also now. And also, you did already some corrections, also some adjustments into the results, and you removed the perestroika, and now we have only the presentation from Spectrum Group of companies, and now I would like in Uzbekistan. Yes, there is indeed a big project for decades, which attracts many parties, and David, for example, is here to build a dynamic skyscraper, and there are many other companies around who are interested in that, and also for us it would be interesting to work within this project as well. So I'm young, but I have other colleagues who are twice as younger than me, but considering what we know, what do you think? I asked them, what Tashkent are we going to see if it was up to you, and then selected that the main requirement should be the needs and also the willingness of the people. And of course there were many studies about the Tashkent as mega city, but it's not a giant city, but we all live in some geographic boundaries, and we have Central Asian region, and here in this forum we had, I think, prime ministers of all Central Asian countries, and all of them, all the countries have similar economic interests. The level of development is almost the same, and also they said, let's have joint efforts and let's compete less. But of course, you can never develop without any competition, and one of the types of competition is about to know how to gather talents and generate value out of this gathering. And here we have, here I would like to give an example of this city with a rather higher density of inhabitants, and of course you would always need a new medium and city. And if I'm not mistaken, the GDP of Uzbekistan last year was 115 billion USD, and it grows year, and Tashkent also increasing its share in the GDP of Uzbekistan, which is now more than 20%. And it is highly likely that considering the growth of the city, this share is going to go up as well. And also I think we call it a creative economy, where Tashkent is going to be very active in the future. And so this is how the megacity is going to look. And with the new Tashkent, the population of Tashkent is will be 5 million people, and which is also a big city. And what do we need in big cities? Of course, first of all, the government, the business, universities, and convenient ambience. And these are the approximate generations. So here we use the recognized terminology. So here even the alpha generation is going to live. So as the construction develops, we'll see even alpha generations. So what do they need? First of all, they all love nature. And we have friends who design parks. And they do the digital modeling of parks, in which they consider every tree, every flower, every grass, and and they already know how to irrigate them, what fertilizer needs to be applied, and they even know when those trees, all the plants will be dying as well. So within that modeling, and the youth, as we found it, they love nature. And the second thing is mobility. Starting from which is, as we see, is getting more and more convenient. And now we already have a separate lines, electric buses.
Seen the new master plan of city. There is a grid for because is now moving toward the polycentric transportation, because people are transports, and the second in 10 years in the coming future, when we delivery or pizza delivery on an e-bike, 10 years it will be flown in, or there will be a robotic dog delivering plan, because young people love these new technologies. And who live in New Tashkent, for example, young and the mobile population. So they also expect a smart infrastructure and a digital environment, and striving for conscious consumption. But beautiful architecture, it's expensive, but people don't want to pay for expensive, more appealing, more nice building. People want to pay less money and buy an apartment in a building. They're less likely to pay for the extra price of architectural solutions, which are costly. And now I have 1 minute. And also the low building density plus high quality, comfort and health is most important for, and the space as an extension of a lifestyle. In Europe, for example, we know that the concrete or should use with the use of wood should also consider to be used in the new solutions. Square meters without environment is burden, not value. So we need more green. And how we'll build it, there's a need to shift towards sustainable materials like engineered wood, like CLT panels, and high performance and energy effective glass and smart construction and the prefab, and also the flexibility in energy management. There should be synergy between the old and the new, and not competition. So the key principles are the expensive cities are not a problem if they are efficient. The key lies in our new Tashkent. More than just a city, it's a talent ecosystem. So the Tashkent is changing, building a city where people want to live, not to survive. But also, I would like to add that in a spectrum, we also offer a new infrastructure solutions which are smart and eco-friendly, and in Tashkent city was also part of our joint work. The president wanted it as soon as possible, so we tried our best. So thank you. Now, the next speaker is Turgaev Karagach, from Chief Country Executive of a Bureau Veritas Tashkent.
So, Bureau Veritas is the worldwide company. Okay, worldwide company, and we are established in 140 countries with 90,000 engineers, and we are last 7 years established in our entity here in Uzbekistan. I'm really so impressed, and we are the solution partners of most of the project here. Actually, we have one video. First, we can start there.
It talks much more than the rest.
For 190 years, Bureau Veritas has supported and enabled its clients, helping them achieve compliance and deliver goods and services that meet technical and regulatory requirements. Throughout the decades, Bureau Veritas has always kept clients' best interests at heart in reducing risk. Today, marking 10 years since the company's initial public offering, Bureau Veritas has reached an even more international presence and leadership positions on new markets. Capitalizing on its extensive experience in quality, health and safety, environmental protection, and social responsibility, Bureau Veritas is now moving forward to better serve society's fast-evolving aspirations. Driven by society, we acknowledge the challenges of growing urbanization, anticipating the need for safer, smarter cities for 600 million urban people by 2030. Driven by society, we comprehend the growing needs of an expanding global population, foreseeing the need for secure and reliable agricultural productions for a population of 9 billion humans by 2050. Driven by society, we understand the impact of climate change, preempting the need to ensure that 1/3 of the global population has access to cleaner energy by 2030, while supporting our clients in the efficient management or conversion of their existing assets. Driven by society, we embrace the risks associated with digitalization and the value of securing what could reach $430 billion worth of personal data by 2020. Driven by society, we work ever more closely with our clients, addressing today's crucial challenges and answering society's deep-lying aspirations. In supporting continued digitalization and the development of revolutionary materials and technologies, Bureau Veritas is proud to go beyond business expectations and impact the lives of millions in a positive way. We are Bureau Veritas, a business-to-business to society company that contributes to bringing profound change to the world we live in.
Okay, thank you very much. So we have presentation also. Just 2 minutes.
You've
Yeah.
got 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes. Yeah, for sure. So, as I say that we have 90,000 employees all over the world. And we are providing services for the marine sector, industry sector, construction and real estate, certification, food industry and consumer goods. In building infrastructure, we are the first largest global company testing, inspection and certification. More than 16,000 experts and more than 5,000 clients for today. And as Veritas, I just want to focus about this iconic project, that kind of iconic projects all over the world. We are mainly a solution partner this kind of project. Soon I will show in the presentation. We are starting from the CaEX project, starting from the permitting, design, pre-construction, until end of the construction part. And we are fully supporting our partners as solution partners during the technical studies, later on study and design review part, during the construction for the site inspection, CaEX, HSE, and the green building consultancy. And these are the experiences all over the world. Burj Khalifa, we are fully provided services for CaEX on-site services. Dubai Creek Tower, also we implemented structural design review. 23 million luxury housing, same third-party attention review and inspection on-site services. And I want to come to Uzbekistan as well. These are the global. We have so many experiences, but we don't have a time. So,
Yes, we don't have
yeah. So, okay. So we started 7 years back with the industry sector for the Shurtan Gas Chemical Complex as a project management consultancy services, and Lukoil project as well. Later on GTL. In parallel, we set up our building and infrastructure department here. And we started fully project management consultant services for this Tashkent City project, Agrobank, Asaka Bank, Alako Bank, and Promstroy Bank. We are providing fully project management consultancy services. Here is the main point, to be sure that quality should be done fully, to be guaranteed in the future, to be implemented as per the approved design, approved technical design. So we are one of the key solution partners who are the guarantee, who are the following and checking on site.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next floor goes to İlyas Rahimov, who is Deputy Chairman of Sanat Kuruş Materyalları. 1 second. This company is producing $3 billion product every year. Please.
Assalamu alaikum. Hurmatli bugun ishtirokchilari.
Good morning, good afternoon, dear participants. Today, what we do is considered to be the driver. We have got about 10,000 companies working in this direction today. And together with that, we have got about 1,500 names of the products that we are producing. And I would like to say that products of the building construction is 100% being produced in Uzbekistan, every part of it. Previous year, $1.2 billion of projects has been done in Uzbekistan, and these days we are planning to get $2.5 billion of this project. And of course 90% of this money comes from the foreign investors. I'm not going to bombard you with the numbers, but I would like to say that in the previous years we made 10 times of the increasing of the export, and the geography of export is 60 countries for these days. Nowadays all of the investitions that we are using for these days, this is not about the amount, this is about the quality. We are focusing on the quality. We have got very nice construction companies, we have got very expertized builders and the architects, and I think that in the future, using our building materials, construction materials, we are not only going to be contributing to Uzbekistan building sphere, but to any other countries that would like to benefit from our materials. And I do hope that we are going to be cooperating with you in the future. Thank you very much.
Let me wrap up what has been said.
Demek speakerlarımız
Teacher was saying that we should exceed the limits of previous generation. That was your words. Thank you very much. And our next speaker from company Basics was trying to say that in Uzbekistan we have to pay attention to the quality, safety, and mobility of the next generation. And Mr. Volodya was saying that we have to pay attention to mobility because next generation is more mobile because alpha generation is going to live in New Tashkent, for example. And Mr. Karatak was, sorry, he was trying to say that we have to get deeply involved in what has been done, and Veritas is one of the companies which is really deeply involved in the current architecture. Tashkent city is one of the best examples of that. And the final speaker from Uzprom Materiala was trying to say that the companies developing, the export is growing up by 10 times for 60 countries, but they are ready to cooperate. And I'm going back to the message announced by Mr. Dussault, the improving the quality will be done with the local company. But one thing I would reiterate, when we were sitting with Mr. Fisher and speaking, he said, for us, the major question is the feasibility. And for me, as an economist, is very understandable point, because feasibility explains everything. If the project is not feasible from many points of view, not only the one-up, the CaPEX or OPEX, but what is the message to the future? What you are trying to say to the future generation. I think this is the general takeaway from our today's discussions. Thank you very much to everyone.